Good morning. It's currently January 29th. I cannot get the door closed. I need to set my coffee down. I'm starting a little bit later today. I had other things to do this morning. What did I do this morning? I did something. Oh, I was doing some laundry and chores, like computer chores this morning. Yesterday I got my COVID vaccine and I'm feeling great today. My arm's only a tiny bit sore. It definitely was more sore yesterday afternoon into the evening, so I think we've sort of passed any serious side effects here. Heading into the greenhouse where it is surprisingly pretty warm. Oh no, I'm letting the cold air in. I need to prop you up. I'm letting the cold air in because the ice freezes on the door track and makes it difficult to close. It's actually, things are looking okay in here. It definitely gets like below freezing overnight in here. Right now it's reading like 60 on the thermometer, which is actually amazing. That's, you know, we've got the heater in here, but that's pretty much just the energy of the sun making it that warm. The heater can only make it maybe 10, 20 degrees warmer than the outside on its own. So when the sun is going, it really gets warm in here, which is really amazing. I'm glad. We've lost some, the lettuces look kind of sad and cold. They definitely got a little bit of frostbite there, but all the brassicas are looking okay. So I'll bring you over here. We can look at our brassicas together. Oh, you're in a parsley plant. I can't do that to you. I don't really have fancy filming equipment here. So these guys are definitely a little bit cold. I wonder if they need a bit of water here. Looking a little wilty, which is telling me that they want water. I don't know how I can really acquire water. There really isn't any water in these jugs. So I'm going to have to get some water and water these brassicas here. What are you? You're just a little dry thing. Because I think that's, sorry, putting the camera in the picture. That's definitely a big issue, is the water supply. It got really, really cold here in the past couple of days, and it's going to continue to be cold for another couple of days. Wow, I got like stuff all over my sweater here. Like, you know, with as high as 21 one of the days. So you know, if things are going to take a hit, now is when it's going to happen. I can already tell that like some of our lettuces are really droopy and sad. The things that are less cold tolerant have definitely shown that it's been cold here. I don't know how cold it gets overnight because I don't stay up and look at the thermometer in the kitchen. I'll have to look tonight just to see how cold it's really getting in here. I definitely see some kind of, it definitely gets cold enough to make these guys wilt a little bit, and they probably also need a bit of water. You can see here, I'll kind of show you, they're looking a little bit wilty, and it's looking like the red Russians are taking a hit a little bit more than maybe the hardier blue curled Scotch varieties here. So I'm gonna go get some water and water them, and I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do in here today. I'm gonna try not to come in and out of the greenhouse so much today, just because I don't want to be letting in any more cold air than is already let in. You know, I'm really trying to keep it as sealed as possible just because of the super frigid temperatures. So I'm going to go do that, and that's probably all I'm gonna have for today. A pretty short check-in. I don't really have too much going on right now, and with the super frigid temperatures, I'm not going to be doing a lot of like back and forth stuff in here right now. February is fast approaching, and we're going to be starting some kales, starting some more kales, leeks, and Brussels sprouts and cabbage. So that'll be something to look forward to soon. I'm going to be starting those in the basement, and I think that's all I have for you guys. I'll have to give you a little sneak peek of the basement. We have done some work in there to prep, because February is, as I said, very fast approaching. It's the 29th, so we have like 3 days to get stuff going. So let me bring you in there with me. I'm going to continue to call it the dark room / grow room. As you can see, the giant hole in the wall is no longer there. The last thing I showed you is that we had it like fresh drywall put up. We have since spackled and painted. We just put a fresh coat of paint, like blue paint, all around the room, just to have it look a little bit more finished. Our next step is going to be putting up the drop ceiling. As you can see, it's still exposed there. We do have the rail from the previous drop ceiling partially installed, and we have some more railing here on the countertop. So that's going to be our next step. Hopefully we can get that project done this weekend. After that, we'll be installing shelving and hooks over here. I'm going to put some hooks up to dry different herbs, and spices and things like that. We're gonna have different shelving here for our seeds, seed starts. I think I'm actually going to be doing more like actual starts here on the counter, because I have electrical to put the mat and lighting. So they're probably going to really be starting here on this counter, at least in the very cold months. Once it gets to be warmer and not freezing temperatures at nighttime, I can start plants in the greenhouse, or at least transfer them into the greenhouse, so I'll have more space in here to do starts. I haven't quite figured out how I want to organize all of that, but I think that's going to be my plan, as I've sort of, to help harden them off, I'll start them here and then move them into the greenhouse where it gets a little bit chillier, right? And then once they've been sort of hardened off, I'll bring them outside, during the days, and put them back in the greenhouse during the night. And then eventually by the time it's time to put those plants in the ground, it'll hopefully be warm enough and they'll be sort of hardened off to the outdoors. So that's kind of going to be my general strategy. I still have a lot of work to do with organizing my seeds and figuring out how many seeds I need to start my germination, figuring out how much germination I will get and how much I need to start, so that way I have enough to plant. There's a lot of calculations and planning that's going to have to go into that I still need to work on, just so that way I don't waste any seeds, or I don't run out of seeds. But I'm probably going to have to overplant this year, just because I'm not sure what the germination rate is really going to look like. So that's kind of everything that I have right now lined up in here. I'm definitely excited to get that ceiling up, so that way I can lay out my trays and start to put some soil in them, so that way we're all set up for seeds, for seed starting, which I'm gonna do hopefully like a time-lapse video of, so you can see what I do. So that's all for today. That's all I have for today. This is the January, probably this is going to be the last January check-in that I do. And you'll hopefully see me next in here with a finished ceiling, starting seeds. So that's all for now, and goodbye.